this is Run the Numbers. My name is Jason, and this video here is part of the warm-up series on this channel. So that means we're on the go, we're in motion, putting together this video as part of our 100 videos challenge. That's a video challenge I've kind of created on my own for myself, where the whole point is to have 100 videos in 100 days, and that forces me to put out a whole lot of content that hopefully can help you on your personal finance journey. So we talk about a whole lot of things, and we'll do that as we, walk around on the beautiful, lovely, usually sunny, today fits that bill, sunny streets of Los Angeles, California. And today's topic that we're talking about is actually something to wrap up ideas that we've already talked about, and that is concerning the I-bonds investment talk we've been doing. So yeah, we've already done 2 other videos. I'll put the links in the description to this video here. So yeah, go look in the description, find the 2 links. You'll find 2 other videos. One is just kind of something of an introduction of I-bonds to kind of give you something of a foundation, kind of let you understand what I-bonds are, how they're a great risk-free investment to consider, offering from the United States Treasury, and kind of what are some of the advantages. And maybe through that you discovered, they're not for you, but otherwise, you might have discovered that in fact you would like to learn more. So yeah, then the next video that I put together was how then to kind of evaluate them, and kind of what was the story that I had as I went ahead and purchased I-bonds, what were some of the real numbers, what I actually experienced as part of the returns from my own investment with I-bonds. So I went through all that, shared all the numbers there. So that was kind of more of a how to get into I-bonds, kind of a focus on getting into I-bonds. And now for this video here, we're going to talk about redeeming, that is to sell your I-bonds. So kind of a getting out of I-bonds, and how right now might be a good time to do so for various reasons. And I'll kind of go through my process, my thought process right now that I'm going through that talks about why I am, in fact, yes, going to sell, going to redeem my I-bonds. All right, so now that that's the agenda, let's get right into it. So I should mention why I'm thinking of selling my I-bonds. So to kind of also give something more of a context, you would have got this, of course, watching the previous video I did when I got into I-bonds. But just to quickly, as a quick reminder, I bought into I-bonds in June 2022. So I've held them for quite some time now. Oh, I got this garbage collector here. It's gonna get a little noisy, so I'm gonna quicken my pace here a little bit to get away from that. Yeah, so June 2022, I bought in. Here's kind of what I was facing at the time. So, as I've discussed about I-bonds, you're going to have 2 things combine that really give you the return that is given to you. So one is a fixed rate that is offered throughout the entire lifetime of holding the I-bond. And for me, in June of 2022, that fixed rate was a whopping 0%. So that, of course, doesn't come into the picture to consider going forward. But the thing to consider is the inflation rate, and of course that adjusts every 6 months. That's announced to be in effect for May. It comes into effect May 1st and November 1st. And then, of course, if you bought in, in that 6 month prior, so I bought in June. So for me, I'll already know, since, yes, the change will have set in already for May. So I already know, in fact, kind of what by come June, what I'm going to be expecting as the new inflation rate portion of the I bonds investment. So, yeah, that's to say I don't know the exact rate as of right now, but I do have an idea that come June 1st, I will have my rates reset, and I have a good idea as to what it will be. So, right now, as we're filming late in February 2024, what I'm currently earning, what the prevailing inflation rate part of the I bonds return that is right now is an annualized. Again, you only get this for 6 months, but let's put numbers to make it nice and easy to think more APY. So an annualized rate here is 3.94%, which is decent. You're definitely going to beat that other places with some alternative investments. So yeah, that's definitely why I sort of have my eye elsewhere, and why this whole discussion of redeeming, of selling I bonds is coming about. So I'm also, though, thinking of where it's going forward. So as I mentioned, I can kind of predict a little bit, knowing that come June 1st, I'm going to have a new rate sort of reset to not be at 3.94% anymore. Yeah, predicting that that's going to change, that's going to move. And I already know, based on, since that's derived from CPI data, I can, yeah, basically get a sense. And my, prediction that I'm making right here in February 2024, I am pretty strong in my conviction that the inflation rate portion of the I bonds is actually going to go down. That's what I'm expecting, based on kind of running my own numbers. I could very well be wrong. But this is what I have come up with, and so I'm thinking that it's going to go down. I wouldn't say substantially, but I think that on an annualized basis, I think it's going to be, maybe even below 3%. So I think it might go a whole, 1% lower from where it is right now at 3.94%, an annualized rate there. So I think it might drop, below 3%, maybe like a 2.9 type area. Again, that's just my, best guess of things, knowing CPI data and just kind of what I figure. There's still some months to come before it actually gets announced and all that. So you'll maybe see this into the future and be like, wow, he was very much spot on, or wow, he was very much off on that. But my prediction as of now is it's going to go down. So yeah, I'm not too interested to continue holding for this reason. I have this prediction that yeah, basically the rate of return here is going to be affected by all this, and it's going down. So what does this all mean in terms of, why am I selling it? When should I sell it? And kind of some of the particulars. So let's dive into this portion here as to kind of what's my current mindset, what's the thought process. So my thought process here is that I've already established that I have an okay rate that I'm currently getting. The prediction for the future is just going to be something of getting worse in terms of a return here. And so those kind of two elements here, part of the picture. The kind of third part of the picture is something that maybe I've discussed prior, but if I haven't, I'll kind of dive into a little bit more as to I have not held these I bonds for 5 years, and that's a key detail, because not holding I bonds for 5 years then incurs a 3-month, and specifically that is the most recent 3 months of interest earned as a penalty. So that's to say, as I redeem the I bonds, I will not earn the most recent 3 months. So I got to think about which 3 months this will be. So if I were to redeem today in February, I want to get, of course, February, and working backwards here, I want to get January and December. So that's to say, for my current holding, again, I bought this in June 2022, so things were reset, starting from December. So I already know I want to get the December of 3.94, the January, which again earned at a 3.94, and February at 3.9. Now, it's much smarter, of course, for me to simply wait just an extra day, um, or two. I'm filming this again at the end of February 2024. So I might wait, or not, I might. This is my plan. I will wait for March to come around, and come March 1st, I will pounce right at about March 1st, maybe March 2nd, if I can get my act together. But I only want to, have basically a day or so that I will redeem in March. Now, why March 1st rather than, say, March, 15th, 16th, 17th, or even later into the month? Well, you only need 1 day of earning in that month, and then you get kind of, you have earned in that entire month. So you might as well just only have that 1 day and then take that money, quickly allocate it to another spot where you can, in essence, kind of double dip of sorts. So you get the credit, you get the earned for March, and then you take your money and then you go and you earn in where you're going to take the money. And I'll get into where my thoughts are to move the money. So quickly, come March 1st, I plan to redeem the I-bonds I have. So that way it's March, and now again working backwards, March, February, and January, that again are at a 3.94 annualized rate. So it's those months that I'd be giving up, and I'm fine to give up those 3 months. You might think, well, why not wait into the future, give up worse ones? No, I want to give up those now and then quickly move those into some area where, I can get a higher return. So, okay, let's go into that. Where am I going to move the money now that I'm thinking and I've told you the timing? My thought, yes, I could take the money, use it for something I could, benefit with just simply doing some necessary spending. I could, put it in all kinds of things, but I'm going to continue to have it as an investment. And specifically that investment, could I have it in something of like a high yield savings that's over 5%, something like that? I, in fact, think a good strategy of this is to keep it within treasuries, within an investment, a risk-free, what I consider a risk-free investment in U.S. treasuries. But this time I'm not going to do I-bonds. I could turn around and just simply purchase I-bonds again. I'll mention as to why I'm not wanting to do that, but let me just mention as to where it's actually going to go, and that is, I love the idea of putting these funds that I will collect March 1st. I like the idea that I will then purchase more T-bills. Now, I gave 2 videos, and I'll put those video links in the description as well, so you'll see 4 total links in the description, 2 on the past videos for I-bonds and 2 for the videos that I've made that are related to Treasury bills, T-bills. So basically I'm gonna take the money, put it over into maybe something like I like the 8-week, maybe I'll go into 13-week T-bills. I like the idea. It's, I like the risk profile. I like it being risk-free. I like the idea of not paying the state or local taxes on it. There's a bunch that I like here, and I like the return on it. It's north of, I think it's somewhere around a 5.4%, as I checked last. So for all these reasons, I like that as an investment. It fits for me. You can go watch again the videos that I've made and get more details and understand if maybe that's an investment, that's something that you'd like to do as well. So you got to make that decision on your own if it fits for you, if you've run the numbers, and that's the strategy you want to do. But let me quickly end with why I'm not going to actually, redeem my I-bonds and quickly turn around and purchase them again. So let me tell a little bit as to maybe why you might, and then I'll tell you why I wouldn't. So why you might want to do that is that, in fact, you could have kind of a different experience, a different situation going, that if you sell and then you turn around and buy, what you're getting, and why it's different, is that you get what is the current fixed rate Now, again, I bought it in June 2022 where it was 0. So now you're gonna buy it if you were to do that today. You would maybe get that today. You're gonna get at a 1.3%. So add that over to what the current the inflation portion, because remember you need to combine those two parts to get your total return, and add that over into the 3.94, the annualized, and yeah, you're looking at more of like a 5.29%. That's factoring in that you're semi annually compounding. So there's a whole bit there, but you could basically kind of put your numbers there to be at about a 5.29%, which is pretty good. It beats a lot of high yield savings. It gives you a risk-free, all that. So you might think of that and kind of that might fit for you. So very well, I could say, evaluate that, see if that fits for you, and why you might want to do that. The reason I'm not going to do that is simply the fact that my sort of vision and prediction out into the future is I see inflation, the measures to curb inflation and inflation going down. So I believe that kind of inflation rate portion of I-bonds are only going to go down, and thereby bring the total rate of your return to be lower and not as attractive as potentially other investments, like I've mentioned, of T-bills and other things. So for that reason, and some other reasons too, but for that reason, yeah, I'm not going to turn around, purchase in to I-bonds and kind of have it sort of reset with a new fixed rate, and then and that going forward. Okay, so I think I've spoken to quite a many details portion here about getting out of I-bonds, redeeming I-bonds, where you might want to put your money, why you might or might not want to, in fact, just purchase I-bonds again. So I've given you quite a lot of details. If I left anything out, or if you want to just give an overall commentary as to why all of the info I made here was completely wrong, or why you agree with any of it, please leave a comment to this video, or just go ahead and like the video, or go ahead and just subscribe to the channel. For all these things, that's my plea, what to do at this point. Take some action steps. Of course, go watch some of the other videos as well. Enjoy all of it. But that's really my my wrap up here as I conclude talking about I-bonds. All right, gotta run.